As the hours pass from somber to bright, life begins to wake. Suddenly, there is day from night, and the sounds are all but fake. With the breezes that blow through the grass without snow, and the birds who lay in no trees. Who am I? Where am I? But how humble I am to be me. As the day goes on with the hum of the fridge, and as we walk along that blue tin bridge, we go places, see faces, try to help out with all sorts of cases, realizing at the end of the day, we all untie our laces. So we come here to summit some peaks, yet we're only here for a couple of weeks. And we've planned for a while, and I've come from many miles to an arid land with no trees. We've come to help with our hands, come to help with our hearts. We will leave with cherished memories.
Our Mongolian expedition started when our prof approached us with an unbelievable opportunity. That's when it all started, the fundraising for countless and countless hours. Press releases and newspaper articles, all the in-class preparation work with risk management and expedition logistics, and of course the gear explosion.
This is the last bit of 3 sets, all fitting in my boot, which are inside my pack. You need a helmet. This one?
Packing our final baggage for that trip, as well as personal documents. So inside your personal travel documents, passport, immunization records, emergency contact.
After a year and a half of hard work and dedication, the day had finally come. We were on our way and couldn't be more excited.
Just got into the Korean airport, 3:30 in the morning Ontario time, 2 in the afternoon the next day Korean time. We're halfway here.
It's our first day in Mongolia. We're on our way to our hostel and we just got pulled over by the cops. We don't know what's happening. It's super exciting.
So everybody, welcome to the ADL Cribs Mongolia edition. Come on in. Alright. So, first and foremost, we're greeted by this lovely entrance. Kitchen, one of the highlights of the spot because this is where everyone walks into each other. But we got our food, we got our toast going down. Over here we have one of our lovely bedrooms. Go boy. Camera going through into each other.
Good morning.
We have our second semi-private bedroom. Some lovely fixtures, everything is brand new and renovated. This room features 5 beds. We have people on the floor, we have people on the bunk beds, we have stuff everywhere. Here we move on into another dormitory style room. Once again, just more beds. It's for all the magic to happen, getting over jet lag that is. Past here we have our last semi-private room. So right now we have Bo and Guillaume sharing this setup. It's a pretty lovely room. Walking backwards. Taking up only walking backwards. So now they've gotten the gist of the place. It's really nice to see how tied in it all is. It's nicer set up than my current house. Thanks again for coming by our crib. Here, I'll show you to the door. Well, thanks for sharing this time with us. Bye, Eva, and I'll see you later.
Ulaanbaatar itself was a lot like a less populated version of Toronto. There were lots of buildings, lots of people, it was very busy, but still overall a bit smaller. The traffic in Ulaanbaatar was insane. The way it was described to us was that when the roads were built through the city, they only anticipated about half the number of drivers to be on the road as there currently are today. Going from Ulaanbaatar to Sogog, the biggest difference was in population. A lot of the landscape was the same. The area was still very much a desert with few plants. However, the population dropped immensely. Ulaanbaatar, smaller Toronto, going to Sogog, where the entire community is fairly dense and you could easily throw a football from one end of the community to the other. It was so small. Sogog was in the middle of a valley, so the area where the community was very flat, but on either side there were these small mountains, and it was cool because you couldn't see past the mountains. You could just see far, far down the valley past the community and even maybe to communities farther down.
We are starting to build a yurt to sleep in for students. And what a yurt allows the people of Mongolia to do, since they're primarily herdsmen, is they can move their home from location to location within hours and follow the pastures and the herds from the proverbial or to the proverbial green pasture.
It was a huge project, much bigger than I think any of us had anticipated, and it definitely would not have been possible without Red Path helping us out, because that took away a huge cost that we would have had to cover otherwise. But the container project was just hours and hours and days of sorting boxes and supplies and labeling and getting everything sorted and making sure it could get past customs. And so it was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it based on the reaction of the people when it arrived there. They were just so grateful, and they just were very much appreciative of all the work we had put in.
In Sogog, we shared a traditional meal with the governor, celebrated with a dance party. We formally met the community, and lucky enough to experience local culture. After getting to know Sogog, we had one final gear explosion before heading to the Altai Mountains.
Mountaineering and climbing are pretty new for
for ADVL expeditions. A couple of our professors like Sebastiano and Stephen Ritchie have extensive climbing backgrounds out west and overseas, but they hadn't really brought it into the expedition setting yet for the students. There is climbing courses that we take to learn some knowledge about ropes and anchor systems and general formalities around climbing, but we were the first expedition to step outside the box and try to do an international climbing trip.
I got a video! Oh my god! Whoa! On this side! Whoa!
The Five Saints is a vista of 5 peaks that you can see from the main base camp of Tavenbog. The names of the peaks of this massif all hold significant meaning. They are Eagle, Sun, Cold, Friendship, and the Herdsman's Peak. In Mongolia, Urgad, Naran, Huten, Narumdal, and Malchin Peak.
After 12 days, multiple layers, many kilometers of glacial travel, tears both happy and sad, and multiple summits, we were done our time in the mountains, and our humanitarian adventures were about to begin back in Sogog. Using some of the resources we brought from the shipping container, we were able to complete several projects that the community had requested. Restoring their greenhouses, constructing a cheese room for the community, and creating clean water access to a kindergarten in Zabstab were just a few of these projects.
A really cool part of our experience was being able to get to know the village's children. Spent a lot of time playing with them, trying to learn a little bit of Kazakh, trying to teach them a little bit of English, but overall we both had no idea what the other was saying. But it was very cool to see that we could still make a connection, we could still have fun and play even with that language barrier. There was a time when a group of teenage boys rode up on their horses to the basketball courts, and there was an impromptu game of basketball between us and them, and it was just very cool to be able to experience that. Gabe was teaching them gymnastics, and it was very cool to have that connection despite a language barrier.
I think the strong foundation that is our program, with our amazing leaders and peers, not only permit us to think outside the box, but encourage us to go above and beyond what has ever been done before. In preparation for this journey, support flooded in from every direction. Friends, family, sponsors, and above that, each other. We can only hope and dream that a legacy for amazing ventures and even stronger friendships can live on and inspire every individual that hears our story. We simply cannot wait to hear all the stories that have yet to be written.